Behind home plate, we bringing it to them all day. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Win or lose, we bringing it to you always. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Orange or black, we rebuild the pack. No matter where we at, you know we coming back. Section 336, we on this, so tune in. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Yeah, welcome to Birdland. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Now, here come the boys from Section 336.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Baltimore sports fans of all ages, welcome to Section 336, Next Generation of Baltimore Sports Talk. I am your daily starting host, Matt Soroka. As always, I'm joined by the button lover, Josh Soroka.
Hey, Matt, I am sorry for your losses.
For my losses? What is that supposed to mean?
My condolences.
For what?
Brian Mattis passed away today.
Did he really?
36 or 37 years old. Yes.
Oh, I did not know that. What happened?
It does not say. But it had been, but it was also reported by Rock Kabako. I noticed right before the show.
Oh, it's legitimate.
So it's legitimate.
Oh, so
I don't
young.
know.
He's only 36. I would have pegged him as older than that, actually.
He is. He's like
really
36 or 37. So no matter what, it's not a good. There's no good.
Yeah.
Oh, you lived a long life.
No, yeah, that's not a natural death right there. There must have been something. Oh, that's really sad. Yeah, he was. I mean, we had a lot of years of Mattis for starter around here.
Yeah,
he was yo-yo from starter to the bullpen to starter.
One of our first shirts was a number 17 hashtag starter shirt.
Yeah,
Brian
I love
Mattis.
Brian Mattis. I loved his curveball. His curveball was one of my favorite.
Everyone did except David Ortiz.
Yeah, I guess exactly right.
You know, that's what he became, is with the David Ortiz killer. He was
the ultimate lefty specialist. Yeah,
37 years old.
Wow. Oh,
so yeah, it sucks.
Way to start the show in a bummer, Josh. Jeez.
It was Brian Mattis news. We used to have a Brian Mattis news segment.
I know. We would, because every spring training would be like,
the
we
Brian
don't have
Mattis
starters. Watch. Brian Mattis in the bullpen. Can he transition back to start? It's that whole group of guys,
right?
That were not good enough to be starters. So kind of bullpen arms, but we needed starters. So we had a lot of yo-yoing.
Yes.
Talk back and forth between starters and bullpen.
He was part of the cavalry.
Yes.
The original cavalry.
He was.
It sucks because this is the type of stuff that's these people are supposed to die when we're like old and our dad's age.
Yeah.
Like we want to go on Owen and Silas's podcast to talk about back when we watched Brian Mattis pitch.
Yeah. No. Like Brian Mattis is our age. That's that's sad.
Yeah, our age. Sure, our age.
Well, he's close to my age.
He's younger than you.
But just by a few years.
Okay. You're 40, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Keep thinking. You're 41?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just turned 41. Yeah. Just keep thinking.
I'm in the ballpark of 37. It's 4 years, nothing.
Sure.
Hey,
it's my wife's age.
All right.
I believe.
Yeah. Well, that's sad. I'm curious why. It doesn't really matter why, but it's really sad. He has a lot of great memories of watching Brian Mattis. Certainly David Ortiz. I feel like maybe Josh Hamilton too had a lot of success. But I like dominant.
Wasn't that like the All-Star game or something?
Lefty. Give me Brian Mattis.
Took out Hamilton.
Yeah. And he was part of that rebuild. That grow the arms by the bats. Yeah, that's sad. That's sad.
4th overall pick in 2008.
Yeah. All right. I'm on the back end of a little cold here. I know we went away. Josh, it's been a while since we've done this podcast.
I know, because every time I see your family, I get sick.
Okay. I don't think you can blame my family for getting sick.
The correlation
I call BS on that.
I see you, I get sick.
Okay. That's not how sickness, you don't show up a place an hour later get sick. That's not how fast sickness.
I was sick the next day.
Yeah,
the next morning.
No, it takes. I'm sick now. I think from then, which was a week ago. Okay, that makes sense.
No. There were people dropping like flies.
Yeah. Okay. What happened was, and I think you were part of it. We brought Cygnus in.
There you go.
With Silas. Robin brought Cygnus in.
Right.
With her family, a separate Cygnus.
Can I say, what
would have been nice? You brought your own Cygnus in to make a perfect trifecta that all landed on her mother.
I brought nothing. I brought nothing. What would have been nice is a little text message. Hey, just so you all know, we're bringing sickness with us.
Okay. Well, Robin and I did talk about this. I was going to say ahead of time, but no, while we were there. And we're like, we get to see each other maybe once a year, all of us together. If we're sick, screw it. Like, we're still seeing each other.
I may have skipped. If I knew.
All right.
But it was nice to see everyone.
Yeah, it was good to see everybody. But it was not just a sickness. It was pretty brutal. I don't have it as bad as other people had it. But I was, before the show, I was digging in my... Does Kelly have a cabinet like this, Josh? There's a cabinet in my kitchen that is just Emily's cabinet. And there's a bunch of weird stuff going on there.
No.
There's like unidentified jars full of powders and green substances.
Is this defined as Emily's cabinet, or is this a cabinet that you don't know what any of the stuff is? So
Emily's always rummaging in there. There's supplements. Emily's always rummaging around.
Okay. We have a drawer in our bathroom that's full of drugs. If that's what you mean.
That's kind of what this is. I don't mess with any of this stuff, but it's not like Tylenol. It's like, I don't know, herbal scented, all natural healing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
But anyway, I was looking in there today because I'm feeling sick this evening, seeing if there's anything that could give me some inspiration. And it's a good thing we're not alive in like the Salem witch trials, 1600s, because this does look like a witch's cabinet in there. But then I found liquid hydration packets. Josh, have you ever heard of these liquid hydration packets?
Liquid IV?
Liquid IV.
They are a sponsor of the Mike O'Mara show. Okay. I drink liquid IV every single day.
I'm drinking it right now.
Yeah,
because I don't really want to drink, but I feel like I should be drinking. You think that's good for sickness, probably, right?
Yeah, I think it's good preventative also. What flavor? What flavor do you have?
I think peach tea.
White peach? That's my favorite. White peach is my favorite.
Okay. Well, I got some of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to know how. I was just thinking about when I opened that drawer like that. I'm just staring at $1,000.
This is your big secret is that you pulled something out called liquid IV.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that. But that at least had a packet and a label, and I could read about it. But here's my theory, Josh. And I mentioned this to Emily when I told her I took her liquid IV. And is this true? Like, and she said I was stupid, and I don't even believe what I'm saying, but I believe what I'm saying. If I drink this stuff, it means I don't need to drink as much water, right? I can drink like half the amount of water if I'm drinking the liquid IV because it enhances the water that I am missing.
Yeah, but I think the point is you still drink the normal amount of water, but it's enhanced so you get all the electrolytes and stuff in your body.
Okay. Don't we think all that drinking water stuff is all a bit nonsense? I remember John Cavallero, for example, going way back, and he would always drink these jugs of water. And there was like this thing going around where like you're supposed to drink 2 gallons of water a day. And I feel like we've kind of backed off of all that water, but there still is this push to drink all this water. I don't really feel all that's true.
My stepson had kidney stones a couple weeks ago.
Oh my.
He is now under doctor's orders that he should be drinking 12 cups a day of water.
12 cups?
12 cups.
I feel like that's somewhat reasonable.
Just to keep it away.
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable. I drink a lot of the seltzer waters. Does that count as drinking water?
I know.
Because I've moved off of sodas, moved off of teas. I'm on that.
Yeah. I guess so.
I think it's
I don't think coffee counts, but it should because it's mostly water.
Right. But I do now every day start with a liquid IV. And
you do?
Liquid IV is where I've noticed the difference is on the ball field. It's a big difference if I put it in my jug.
Michael Merritt giving an ad for liquid IV. I've noticed it is on the ball field.
No, that's where I definitely use it. is when I'm out in the heat.
Yeah. Is it gonna never mind. I'm not gonna go there with it. I think because of my coughing, I've been getting up to go to the bathroom like the past 2 nights, 4 times.
Yeah.
I think because I'm coughing a lot. It could be because I turned 41.
It's also 41. It's also the 41.
The liquid IV, it probably make me go like 10 times now.
Yeah. It's got 3 times the electrolytes of Gatorade.
Yeah. All right. That's that's all good to know. So I'm drinking that. We'll see how this makes you feel. I drink hardly any water today, so hopefully this makes up for all of it.
You know what happened to me yesterday? I do the Michael Mara show every morning at 8:15, and we haven't done a show because we had 2 weeks off for Christmas.
Yeah.
So yesterday was our first show back.
2 weeks off must be nice.
Yeah. So
you're talking to a college guy who gets a month off.
I know. I got you.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there mid-show, and suddenly everything needs out of my body.
Oh my!
And I had to run and puke
from all ends. Yeah.
And I think it's because of the protein shake I drank in the morning.
Yeah.
So now I'm concerned. I am concerned about my protein shakes if they're bad, because how do you check that? It's in a cardboard box.
Mm.
Then it says the date on it is like October 25. I got plenty of time, but what else would have made me that sick mid-show? So I'm afraid to take one.
Has anyone else partaken of this protein shake?
No, I'm the only one in the house that drinks them.
Of course, because I think there's kind of a scam too. Emily, I'm sure one of those unnamed jars is protein.
Protein shakes and protein definitely kicked it up in the past year with their advertising.
Oh my! Now they got everything protein. You can get these cases of milk. Emily gets protein milk or something. I don't know.
Right.
Protein chips. You get protein chips.
I know. They put protein on everything. But then one day we'll find out it's like the whole part of a balanced breakfast that all our cereals were as a kid, and we find out, well, the cereal wasn't really part of the start thing that made it healthy. It was the orange juice and the milk and
it was really
fruit next to it.
It was really big cereal shoving it down our throat.
Big cereal. Yep.
Yeah. But I heard it's because a lot of those. I'm talking about stuff I don't know. I heard it's because a lot of the diet stuff lacks protein, and people lose weight, but they also lose too much protein, so they need to supplement protein.
Okay,
that's what I heard somewhere on a podcast.
You've been listening to RFK again, aren't you?
Yeah, it's possible. That's what I need to get his take on these liquid IV things. That's now, before I put anything in my body, I see what RFK says about it.
WWRFKD.
Yeah.
What would RFK Jr. do?
But only in the kitchen.
Yeah. Do you think? There was a little crossover with RFK and the Baltimore Orioles this week?
Oh, why would you say that? Did they get a new dietitian in the?
No, because Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s father was given a medal from President Biden this past week, and so was David Rubenstein.
Yeah. Maybe you should sign someone big before you get a medal, huh, Josh?
Well, I'm sure he was really
signed Corbin Burns. You get a medal. I don't know.
He would have signed Corbin Burns, but he had other things to deal with, like the pandas, and getting the medal, and his first bobblehead. Have you seen this?
Yeah, that's.
Well, I know.
This could get really awkward.
Yeah, like it's a fun-looking bobblehead, but really, you could have had a bobblehead of your first big sign-in as an owner, but instead you do it of yourself.
It's a cool bobblehead, and
you know what?
If it went out last year, it would have been really cool and popular.
Yes.
I don't know what the reaction is, Josh, if they don't sign anybody, and now he's
and
on
don't extend
bobblehead.
Anyone.
Yeah, don't extend anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I would even be okay with the bobblehead, even if they signed Corbin Burns or Nick Snell or whatever, and you want to do a bobblehead of the owner.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it wasn't his idea.
No, I'm sure he was told after the fact.
Yeah. But
I also assume
I would have been for it. I've been for it, but it's a cool bobblehead, and Josh is going to have it on the back of his shelf.
Yeah, it'll be back there.
No doubt about it.
And I'm sure this means we're also going to get a Cal Ripken Jr. bobblehead next year as well.
Well, even that would make a little more sense. It's a gutsy move by the Orioles. I'll say that, gutsy.
It is. It is a gutsy move to tease it. To tease it as a big deal now when people are frustrated with ownership for the first time.
Tone deaf?
Right. Or are people not? Yeah, I guess at least he's wearing an Orioles jacket, tossing out his Oriole hat. At least it wasn't of Joe Biden putting a medal on him.
Yeah.
Or him wearing a big medal with pandas around him.
Yeah.
I think we might make maybe we'll make our own Dave Rubenstein bobblehead, and it'll be him wearing a big medal with pandas on him.
Yeah.
What's important to him.
Yeah.
And with the Magna Carta.
Right. But no World Series trophy. Not the way this off season's going.
No.
Well, so we have
not until we sign Saki.
Yeah, that's right. So we lost a pitcher since we last talked, but then we also gained a pitcher since we last talked. So kind of even, Steven.
No. You're like, what do they do in football? Well, like the penalties offset.
Yeah, penalties offset. Yeah.
No,
and that stuff's crazy too, because it'd be a 5-yard penalty and a 15-yard penalty, and they offset. Same situation. An ace
it really
and
is.
A number 5 starter, they still offset. So it's good.
And to be fair, I don't even mind the Charlie Morton signing. It's a fine signing.
Really?
It's an inning eater. It's a veteran presence. He's been on winning ball clubs. I don't mind it, but it's not enough, and that's the bigger concern.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people with the Charlie Morton signing, we'll start there and then we'll get to.
If you signed Burns and Morton, I think we would have been fine. We would have been excited.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about the innings eater. I mean, at 41, I saw Justin Verlander signed today too with the Giants for about the same amount of money. But I think the concern there is maybe some injury stuff. But
it's health.
But with Morton, it's like 185. Going back to 2021, 185 innings, 172 innings, 163 innings, 165 innings. So chalk him in for 160 plus innings. I think even at 41,
which means also a veteran. He's been in the game. He's been playing professional baseball, I believe, longer than Jackson Holliday's been alive. I mean, if you're talking about a guy that I want around my young pitchers, he's a great presence and a great mind. And he's got to be a decent guy to be in baseball for this long.
He's been in the World Series. He has playoff experience, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
And I think he still can be a decently effective pitcher.
Yeah, he's an above-average pitcher, but he's not an ace, and we need an ace.
That's your contention. We need an ace. Josh, we in the year before last, when we won the division,
yes,
when we won the AL East, we didn't have Corbin Burns. We didn't have your ace.
I think we can still win the division.
Oh, so what's your issue here?
That the Orioles made a bunch of money the past few years. They need to actually spend some of it. And I'd like to have.
So it's not even about winning games for you. It's more about the principle of the thing.
No. It's about the postseason. I think we can win the division. It's about taking that next step in the postseason. Go into the postseason 2 times in a row and crap in the bed isn't acceptable anymore.
Yeah.
So for me, it's about getting a top-of-the-line pitcher that I can trust in the postseason.
I know, but I mean, we've had postseason success with Joe Saunders, and we'd have postseason failures with Corbin Burns. Like last year, it felt like the offense, right?
Hold on.
Kind of crap in bed.
Yeah, but yes, Corbin Burns was not a failure in the postseason.
He was really good.
Corbin Burns in the postseason showed he deserved every penny.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, again, I'm annoyed because I want the Orioles to do more, but I'm not going to be mad at the team because I still think it's a good team.
Yeah. I feel like this.
I think everyone else got better.
This would be I mean, that's the other thing. Not the Blue Jays, but and I don't know about the Rays. That's going to be weird too with their stadium thing. But the Yankees in Boston got better. That's no doubt about that. The thing about this offseason, though, it's like if this feels like a pretty good John Angelos offseason, right? Like if Josh,
yes,
is this? I think at least for me,
a good idea.
Most of this is about the owner and my expectations of ownership.
New ownership, new money. We expected new movement, and this is the same old Orioles.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to go like the guy from the Mets, Steve Cohen or whatever.
No, I didn't want Steve Cohen moves. I didn't want Dodgers signed everyone from overseas. I do like the Saguna pitcher. I like that move that we signed earlier in the season. I like him in our rotation.
Yeah,
I like
veteran.
Charlie Morton in our rotation. But this puts Rodriguez and Eflin as our 1 and 2. And I think that's putting a lot of pressure on Rodriguez coming back.
Yeah. So So how would you lay out the rotation right now? It would be.
I think it'd be Grayson Rodriguez number 1.
You put him over Eflin number 1.
I don't think it matters. I'm trying to think of one's lineup. Yeah, I'd put Grayson up number 1.
All right, and then Eflin number 2.
Yeah,
and then 3. You going Sugano or you go Kramer?
I'm going Saguna.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Morton 4. Kramer 5.
Okay, I would switch it around a little bit. I would probably put Kramer 3.
You'd probably put Saguna at
4.
5.
No, but Saguna 4 and Morton 5. I also think it's very possible, Josh, with the age, given what happened last year to Grayson Rodriguez.
Now, if we sign Shoki, we could go 6-man.
Well, I think we go 6-man. I was going to say that. I think
which
we
would be great for both Japanese guys.
Yeah, and I think for a 41-year-old pitcher too, and Morton.
Yeah, and that way you get Suarez in. Is that what you're thinking? Let Suarez pitch.
Well, I was going to say Kate Povich, but you can, I guess, battle it out.
That's true. I was happy with Kate Povich this past season.
Yeah, and
I liked what I saw of the kid.
And he's still young. I think he's 24 maybe. And so a year of experience under his belt. Hope they'll come back better. The question mark is there's 2 other guys that I think are intriguing. One guy that I think could take the next step next year is Chase McDermott. I think that's a guy people are sleeping on that could emerge as another rotation possibility. And the other guy that I just am curious to see what happens after kind of the disaster that was last year is Trevor Rogers. See what happens there. So we have
but Trevor Rogers isn't going to be trusted in the rotation to start.
I think it's a great spring training. I think it's possible.
I guess.
So
and then we do have mid-season. We have Bradish and Wells coming back.
Yeah,
in theory.
Yeah, so I think we have
pitching.
We have depth. I would say we have more depth maybe this year than we did last year at this time.
I could say that.
We lack a little bit of the quality. No doubt. I would argue, and now it depends. I feel like the other thing is Kyle Bradish. When he comes back, I think he's a number 1.
Yes,
if he pitches like he pitched when he last, pitched for an extended period of time.
Agreed.
He's a top rotation arm.
Yes.
And so if we get him back, but that's a big if we get him back and if he's healthy. I mean, we try to bring back John Means last year, didn't we?
Right, and if he can pitch the way he did before, correct.
Yeah. So it's just I guess the thing is when you presumably have an owner with all this money, you could eliminate some of these mystery and question marks, right? Is Povich good enough to be a rotation arm? Is McDermott take the next step?
Right. You don't put the pressure on these guys. You let them fill out your pen.
Yeah. And you're going to have injuries too.
Right.
So it just feels like if we just signed one guy, I mean, I was even Evaldi. I would take a Nathan Evaldi, who could you pencil in as a 2 or 3.
But then
it feels like all the guys we signed are 4s.
Yeah, they're all 4s.
Yeah.
Do you even see? And now I feel like we've signed so many 4s that I don't know if I see us trading for someone.
Yeah,
because I think we're going for depth.
I think we're rolling. I mean, there's been some rumors about Luis Castillo, who has I think mixed reviews,
and I think Cease as well, right?
Yeah, Dylan Cease too, though. I feel like that's always out there. I don't know how motivated the Padres trade him.
And these could be mid-season moves, but any trades.
Yeah. So I think the Orioles are, in terms of start rotation, done. I think this is it. I think this is what we're rolling with. If you want to hold out hope for Roki Sasaki, I mean, that could be the one move that's still out there that could kind of totally redeem this offseason and make a great offseason. But I mean, the last article I read, it's down to kind of 7 teams, and the Orioles are not one of those 7 teams.
Right.
So it's not likely.
Well, right. It's 7 teams. Here's 6 of them, and the 7th is a surprise. We're not telling you. Is how it goes.
Oh, is that how it goes?
That's the stuff I saw today. It's these 6 teams, but I'm being told there's one other team.
Yeah, everyone has said that they really have no idea, which kind of makes it fun.
Yes.
I hope it doesn't. I I hope it's not a Dodgers.
I hope
Dodgers
it's not a Dodgers. The Dodgers.
Stay away from the Yankees and the Dodgers.
So sick of the Dodgers signing anyone. There is still one pitcher out there hanging out there that the Orioles could grab. That would make sense and fit into the rotation.
Could be a top rotation arm potentially.
Yeah.
But has a little bit of baggage based on prior experience.
Yeah. Do you trust him? Do you trust Jack Flaherty?
Yeah. It's hard, man. This is like someone you live with, and you see kind of what a bum they are when they live in your house and how they, don't put away their dishes.
Right. But what if he was just, we got him the end of the season, he was worn down. We saw that with Burns this past year where August was tough. He was worn down.
Yeah, but it wasn't. If it was just the pitching too, it might have been okay. But it was the attitude too. Like there was an attitude.
I don't remember the attitude.
Oh, there was an attitude, Josh.
What kind of attitude did he show during his month here?
He was irritated. He was irritated at everyone around him. He was irritated, probably at himself, certainly, but also irritated at those around him. He seemed a little bit grumpy, a little bit grinchy, a little bit of a bad attitude. And I don't know. That's maybe unfair because he was having a really bad second half, so he's unfair to himself. I don't know what his history is as a clubhouse guy, but I don't know.
So maybe.
Yeah. If they sign Jack Flaherty, will I be okay with it? Certainly, I think he can be a good pitcher, but also, I don't know. I just a bad taste in my mouth. I really would be okay if he signed somewhere else. I'd take him or leave him. I like our guys.
I like our guys too, and I don't. As much as I was determined in my head that Corbin Burns would sign here, and I pushed that for weeks, I am still okay with the team how they are.
Yeah, you think they gave Corbin Burns a serious offer?
Yeah, I believe the 6,250, and he wanted to be in Arizona. He just built that house in Arizona. He gets to stay there not only for the season but also for spring training because that's there.
Yeah, he's got twins.
Yeah, I totally believe that. Because I can see myself in his shoes being like, I'll just stay here. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm already getting $200 million. Who cares?
I don't know why more players don't do that. Right? Just
totally.
pick the city you want to live in, and take whatever they'll give you, and screw everybody else.
I guess you see a little of that with it's like, well, I'm going to go. Well, no, I don't even buy that because sometimes you'll see I'm going to go sign in Texas instead of New York because of the tax implications.
Sure.
Or instead of California.
And there's some of that stuff too with Arizona.
There is, but then that's still you're signing that you're letting money make your decision.
Yeah.
Instead of where's a better place to spend your life.
I know it is a real difference, and we can't say this because we don't run these circles. But is there a difference between $200 million and $250 million?
They're both.
Is that going to make a difference in what grocery store you go to?
They're both generational changing. They're both the type of money that you put it in the bank and you live off the interest.
Yeah, you literally can't spend it.
Right.
I guess some people could, but
yeah, you could buy Greenland.
Yeah. You could buy the naming rights of the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, Gulf of America. Get it right.
you could go to Vegas and put it all in red, I guess.
Now Are you concerned that the Baltimore Orioles are now the only team in Major League Baseball without a player on their roster? Do you know where this is going?
What was a long-term deal?
That has a contract extension.
Yeah, because
the Athletics just extended their guy.
Okay, and all our guys are under contract, but it's like they're arbitration, so we have to reoffer them the contract.
Correct.
We didn't sign to a long-term deal.
Yeah,
and our boy,
and the move lately has been to lock in young guys long term. That's been what you've seen a lot of other teams doing.
Yeah. But the Athletics, that Brett Rook or whatever, he was older.
Okay, but they gave him a 5-year extension.
Yeah,
even though they don't even have a town. They don't have.
Well, they made a couple
Athletics this year.
Didn't they sign Severino too?
They signed a pitcher. Yeah. That was weird. It was something where they had to spend a certain number of money.
Yeah, that's why I think some of this is they have to spend money.
Yeah.
To keep their team. But even the Tyler O'Neill, which I think was a 3-year deal, is a 1-year opt-out.
Yes.
So if he has a good year, he's opting out. It's a player opt-out for 1 year. So that's not really a 3-year deal if he has a good year. So yeah, we have no one under, and all these pitchers have been 1-year deals. So,
right.
And all the other players are guys we drafted or are still in arbitration years. So yeah, that's where we're at.
Which again, it's listed as it's a negative about the Orioles. But the positive side is all our guys are so young that we don't have to extend them yet.
Right.
So
because we can grow our own talent where other teams have to continually buy their talent.
Yes.
And a lot of those contracts turn out terribly. And the thing is, the Orioles now have so much flexibility. And I guess I would be a fool, but let me be a fool and say, if we don't spend money this offseason, we'll have a lot more money to spend next offseason. And maybe next offseason will be different. Because your money's not tied up in your Chris Davises or whatever. You have more flexibility.
Right.
So it certainly is in a good place to be. Like, I think most teams would not want a bunch of long-term, a lot of money. I mean, that's what San Diego wants to trade Dylan Cease because they signed too many big contracts for long term. So
right, and they didn't get their World Series.
Yeah. Now, with that said, I wouldn't be opposed to one really good player signed for a bunch of years.
Of course. And I'd like it to be Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah.
Is there anything else going on in Orioles news?
I always do my Orioles Google search.
Yes.
And there's really nothing. There's a little bit of talk about Luis Castilla and that trade. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're pretty much set there. And that's literally it in terms of news.
No, it's been quiet. It's been quiet ever since we left Corbin Burns. Oh, there was a little update between the Masson lawsuit. I guess the Nationals went back to court try to make the Orioles pay now again.
Yeah.
So there's some of that, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's like $200 million or something.
Yeah.
So
again, I don't know why they don't just pay it and move on.
I know. You would assume with new ownership,
right,
pay to move on.
Yeah.
So I don't know why the Orioles solved before. Because this feels like the Angeles' thing, right? And so now
I feel like it's I feel like the Nationals come to the Orioles asking for money, and they're like, you got to find John Angelos. We don't owe you that money. It's John's.
Yeah. Josh, you think this, you mentioned, Masson, so I'll go here with it. This NFL season, it's been a bit much, hasn't it, with the streaming?
Oh, it doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't bother at all?
No, because I believe... No, because I believe it's the same as the games on Fox, the games on ABC, the games on NBC, the games on CBS. But now it's the games on Amazon, the games on Netflix, the games on Hulu.
And I think it's just still on NBC, still on ESPN, still on Fox, I think still on CBS. So we're up to like 10 places where the game could be.
Which is fine, as long as the NFL numbers don't... those Netflix games were some of the highest rated games. People have no problem going and finding them. I get I don't want to pay for 7 streaming services. But you always paid for all those stupid cable channels again, and it's what happens. They're going to get you. Until the only way to really solve this is to do something like the Sunday Ticket that's reasonably priced. And I don't see them ever reasonably pricing it until it gets down to that. I could see them in the future passing an NFL ticket type thing where $100 and you can buy all the Raven games.
Yeah, different packages. Or get all the
packages like that.
Yeah.
I think Major League Baseball is getting pretty desperate to do that, to expand their offering. I don't mind it as long as it's somewhat of a pain. Like, I got to remember that Saturday night's game is on Amazon Prime.
Is it? I was going to ask you that. Okay.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
Good, I get it.
So as long as I know, it's no different than what channel it was on before. If the game was on CBS or Fox, when they would play NFC team, I wouldn't know which one it was on, so I would have to just check the TV guide. I can't check the TV guide now, but a quick search is like, all right, it's on Amazon Prime. I'm good to go. Doesn't bother me. And the Netflix broadcast I thought looked really good. I was happy with it.
Okay. Fine. How do you feel about the Ravens? And how are we feeling about the Ravens?
Oh, I feel great about the Ravens. Ravens look great.
Yeah, they're good.
It's going to be a cold. Are you missing the snow as we see all these pictures of snow in Maryland?
My kids certainly are. My kids whine every day they want to move to a place where it snows. I was like, guys, it's fun for like an hour and then it's miserable. So chill out.
Yeah. See, working from home especially, I see that and I'm like, oh, even if I was in Maryland, I wouldn't even have to go out and shovel. I could just wait for it to melt. Yeah. I don't have to go anywhere. I am totally miss that snow.
My Facebook feed is probably 50% teachers. So it's a bunch of teachers.
Oh, so they're all off school.
Off days.
Yeah, I see they get off again tomorrow.
Yeah.
But then I think of some of the Raven games we went to, snow games and stuff, where it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
And I think, well, that's what Saturday's game is going to be. Pittsburgh coming into town. It's going to be a cold game. It's I don't think they're calling for snow, but it's going to be exciting. I have no concerns with the Steelers and the Ravens, except that it's a divisional game.
Yeah.
And nobody knows the Ravens like the Steelers.
I have a different concern. I have a different concern.
I have injury concerns. I'm concerned about Flowers.
Concerned about Flowers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about Flowers.
What's your concern?
Sometimes, Josh, in the history of the Ravens, think about last year especially, but a recurring theme that our coaching staff sometimes loses their minds in big moments in big games.
Some timeout issues, some challenges, like what are you doing?
Some passing the ball 40 times and refusing to run the ball.
Yes.
Could you have this game plan or something?
But there's no question we're running the ball. A cold Saturday night, it's with Derrick Henry on your team, you are feeding him the ball.
This is what I'm saying. There is no question, but
you're saying
I have a question.
You're saying some boneheads are going to be like, well, there's no question we run the ball tonight, so let's pass it so we throw them off guard.
Exactly. So they're going to load you up in the box, and we're going to come out and we're going to pass the first 3 times, 6 times.
The Ravens do tend to make boneheaded plays.
Yeah, or they get calls. Behind. This is what happened in Kansas City. You get behind by 3 points or 7 points, and you got to pass our way back in this game.
Right.
So
are you
I just
concerned
want staff to get their heads on straight?
Are you back in full trust with Tucker?
Yeah, he hasn't had much action, I feel like, right?
No.
The past couple games.
He hasn't missed any, but he also hasn't had much action.
Yeah, before that, he hit a few. I mean, it's really good extra points.
Yes.
So, yeah, I feel confident extra points.
I think I'm okay with him now.
But in cold weather, a 55-yarder, are we like old Justin Tucker? It's good.
Old Justin Tucker every time. 65 yards, sure.
Yeah, I can go to the bathroom. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
So I'm not that confident, but under 50, I feel good about Justin Tucker.
Yeah, but I feel good about the team as a whole. I hope someone else knocks out the Chiefs because I'm tired of playing the Chiefs in big games.
Really? I kind of want to. I feel like this is our year to take down the champs. Yeah, I feel like to go through the champs would be the coolest way to do it, and have Lamar take out Patrick. Would be the coolest.
The Chiefs do this thing where they can look like crap all season, and then they look great at the end, and they looked good all season. So that concerns me.
Yeah. They always. I mean, it happened with the Ravens. They just find ways to win close games because. Listen, because they don't have they don't make bonehead moves. They have a veteran team who always makes smart moves.
Yeah,
they have a veteran staff.
And Tucker missed a few.
Yeah,
in that game.
Yeah, it'd be a cool rematch of the first game of the season, or just a toe away from winning. So yeah, I think it was. No, I think it'd be cool to. I mean, there's clearly 3 best teams in the AFC are the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Ravens.
Yes.
And then it's kind of everybody else, and everybody else is not that good, in my opinion.
Right. And in that, so you kind of in those regards, you want 2 of those 3 to be in the championship game.
Yeah, for the sake of good football.
Pittsburgh, Chargers, they don't deserve to be there.
No, and I would be shocked if they're there. Shocked.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to it. I love playoff football. It's cold, everything on the line.
Yep. No, I'm excited. Saturday night.
And no series either. You Not best out of 5. It's not baseball, kids. You don't need an ace. You got Lamar.
We got Lamar.
That's right.
So Lamar, we got our MVP. You think Lamar wins MVP? Did he do enough that they have to give it to him for a third time?
I don't know. It's like if you look at just the stats, and I know like my feed is so biased, but all I see the stats, passing yards, passing touchdowns, QB rating, completion percentage, all of it. It's all Lamar.
Yes.
Now, Lamar can win it every year. I feel like he's kind of got the Shohei Ohtani type thing going on because of the running and the passing.
Right. And
he's so freaking talented. He kind of win it every year. So do you give it to, Allen because this might be his only chance to get it? And he took a subpar team. I don't buy any arguments that Derrick Henry means Lamar Jackson shouldn't get the MVP. I don't buy any of those arguments.
Do you know the last quarterback to win 3?
Oh,
3 MVPs.
I don't know. Tom Brady?
He actually won 4. He's won 4 MVPs so far.
Oh, he's still playing?
He is still playing.
Oh, the guy who's won 4 MVPs is still playing?
He's won 4 MVPs. He's still playing.
Oh, it's not Aaron Rodgers.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Is it?
Yeah. Huh. 21, 20, 14, and 11.
21 he won an MVP?
Yeah.
Man, that's a quick fall.
Yeah, I know.
From being the best to being
20.
One of the worst.
He won it in 20 and 21.
Yeah.
And now he's like being ran out.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so you can try to get in some elite company there with Aaron Rodgers. All right. All right, that's it. We got anything else for the show?
I think this is a really slow week. Slow. We even took 2 weeks off to get extra news, but the Orioles are not doing a thing.
Yeah. And there's other teams. We can recognize there's other teams not doing anything.
No, it's not Orioles own.
Yeah, it feels like this is the Mets, Dodgers, Yankees offseason, Boston.
Right. We're saying the Orioles don't do anything. We did sign 6 guys or something this season. We did sign Nick Gordon the past couple weeks.
Yeah, I guess you're
on a minor league deal.
Yeah,
we have done some stuff.
Yeah, I guess the other shoes to drop is, for me, there's 3 things I'm watching for. Jack Flaherty, where he signs. Santander is still out there. I'm curious to see where he signs. A lot of people saying the Blue Jays, which I think makes 0 sense, but whatever. Do your thing, Anthony. And then the third guy is Tanner Scott. I'm just curious about him.
Yeah, I think Tanner Scott's an interesting move.
I mean, if you want to pivot because you feel like you can't do the starting rotation, if you look at WAR last year, the top 4 relief pitchers in WAR, including Tanner Scott, who's the youngest of the bunch, are still out there and available. So you could really bolster your bullpen, spend some money.
And I would love Tanner Scott on this team. I'd love Tanner Scott to set up Batista.
Yeah, I think he'd be a great fit back there.
I might like that even more than I'd prefer that over a trade for another rotation.
Yeah, I'd probably say that too. And certainly the lefty, you could, a guy to replace Coulomb, who we lost or we got rid of. So
yeah,
so that's what I'm paying. So we'll see if that. Oh, and then of course, I think is it next week when Roki Sasaki signs, or in 2 weeks, like January 17th or something? In that time frame.
It's like right when the new window opens up.
Yeah. So sometime, I think in mid-January, we should know where Roki Sasaki is pitching at too, which again...
January 23rd.
Okay. So a miracle, it'll be the Orioles, but at least not the Yankees or the Dodgers.
I will buy that jersey immediately.
Yeah. No, I think that would, I think that'd be amazing. It would be amazing, but
yes. But no, I don't see that coming.
It's not. Put it around 1%, maybe a little less than 1% chance.
Oh, I'm going to give us 15%.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm going to go high only because we just signed that other guy. So maybe they see we could move to town together and figure out America together.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine don't know anything about Roki Sasaki. If you want to win, man, here's a good young team to come play with.
Right, and that's what the
all we're missing
was.
is that top rotation arm, and boom,
right,
World Series contenders. So, all right, boys and girls, if you like the show,
20.
Go ahead and leave us a review on iTunes.
20 teams sent submissions to Sasaki. 7 teams he's met with.
Okay, yeah. And we don't know who that 20 is. We know who the 7 is. And the Orioles are on
7, and then there's a mystery team, it says.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And you assume the mystery team is the Orioles.
Oh, yes. Of course.
It's gotta be.
Though I see some other big spenders not on this list. But yes.
Yeah. All right. I think the Japanese should diversify where they sign.
Ohtani to the Angels was a huge surprise. When that happened.
Saw that coming. I know. It's true. So, and that worked out great for the Angels. So, all right. Can we get out of here now?
Yeah, we're about a month from spring training.
All right, cool.
Right?
Start packing your bags.
Early February.
Yeah. All right, boys and girls, you can leave us a review on iTunes. Help spread the word, even in the off season, putting out this content. You can like us on all your social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
X.
Absolutely. You can follow me on X at Section 336. You can follow Josh on X
at Josh Roca.
Thanks for listening, boys and girls. And as always, go O's and go Ravens.
Is it going to end?